This is the Political Spotlight.
The Political Spotlight is a joke. It's more like a political flop.
Nobody listens to Bilbrey.
He's just a wannabe podcaster. No one takes him seriously.
He is a rude, crude dude that will never go any further than broadcasting from his mother's basement.
Bilbrey is a wrecking ball for Indiana politicians.
Grab another box of Twinkies and generic cola, Bilbrey.
And get back to your microphone and your audience of nobodies.
The Political Spotlight is a joke.
It's more like a rude, crude dude that will never go
There is a wrecking ball for Indiana politics. Shut that stupid Bilbrey up.
Shut him up. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We'll let everybody get in here and get seated before we get into the program. Welcome. Where are you, people? It looks like, I don't know if we're having a glitch on our numbers or something, but we're going to give it just a second here. We are running solo for the moment. Kate and Niles had to make a quick trip to the Wally World in their neck of the woods for some material. So we are here without the producer for the moment. So that means we can run wild. We can totally run wild and do what we want because Kate's not here. Woo! Hey, everybody, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. It is June. No, it's not June anymore. What am I thinking? It's July 2nd. It's 31st. It's July 32nd. July 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9:05 p.m. Eastern. If you are watching this live, and if you are watching live, we want to thank you for being here. If you're watching live on YouTube, now's the time where we would ask you to kindly hit like, share, subscribe, do all of those wonderful things. If you're not here on YouTube, that means you're likely here on Facebook or Twitter, which is also X. Maybe you're here on Rumble, or maybe you're listening to this on one of the many audio podcast platforms. And we want to thank you for giving us your time, however you're giving it to us. However, we would ask that maybe at some point in maybe the near future, you would consider switching to YouTube at some point, or at least if you don't go to YouTube for the entire thing, maybe go to YouTube, hit the like, give us a few minutes of watch, and then cut out. That's all we ask. We don't ask for a lot here. We don't ask for a lot. We are nice and calm. So if you could hit that like, share, subscribe, that would help us. Here is where you can find us: YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, Twitter. Of course, we don't have the podcast platforms up there because there are just too many to name, but we are there too. You can also get a hold of us. There's the studio line. There are our emails, so you can reach out to us and communicate. We love when you do that. That's a lot of fun. So it's just you, all of you out there, you and me for the time being. And we always do this anytime we have a big birthday in the group. We like to give everybody a birthday shout out, and we do something very special here for people's birthdays. You guys know it. If you're new here, you might not know what we're talking about, but I feel like it's probably important that we do this, ladies and gentlemen. I know we haven't talked about this a lot, but it is true. America is turning 250 years old. Happy birthday, America. Happy birthday. This is the birthday week. Some might say the birthday month. It starts out with America's birthday at the start, and it ends with my birthday at the end. So this is like a really, really special big birthday month, the month of July. Isn't that amazing? And so because of that, we do need to do this very special birthday ritual that we do here. And we might as well give America the same treatment. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight, and we will be giving America their birthday present from the political spotlight.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday, Miss.
All right. That was a lot of fun. Happy birthday, America. 250 years old. The birthday is actually, obviously, Saturday, where you should all be aware that the 4th of July will be Saturday. Because of the 4th of July, well, we generally won't have a show on Friday and Saturday anyways. That means tonight's the last show, but it normally is. We're here 5 nights a week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So this is the last episode of the week, and the holiday won't really affect us in any way. We'll be off Friday, Saturday, and then we will be back here on Sunday the 5th. That being said, depending on what goes on, we normally do something like maybe a little live on location or something Saturday night. We've been doing that the last couple of years, and I haven't decided exactly what I'm doing this go around, but I probably will pop on and say hey, just to let everybody know if you're not doing anything Saturday, and it will probably be a little later than 9. We probably will go later than 9 because it'll be around like whenever they're shooting off fireworks. Just depends. So you might want to stay tuned for that. The best way that you can keep updated with what's going on with that is to actually go to YouTube, and on YouTube, when you subscribe to the channel, then you want to click the notification bell. And it's been a while since we've shown this, so I might as well take this opportunity to show you this really quickly. If you're on YouTube, and here's the YouTube, you can go right here, and it's kind of hard for me to show you on a channel because it's my channel. So let me just go to the civil rights attorney here. Okay. On the civil rights attorney, you see I'm subscribed. We'll click that and we'll unsubscribe. Okay. We'll unsubscribe from him really quickly. Okay. So when you go to YouTube on my channel, you'll go to my channel. It'll look just like this. You'll want to hit this subscribe button. But then after you hit subscribe, you want to click it one more time, and it will say unsubscribe, none, personalized, all. The best thing that you can do is click that all bell, and then you will be subscribed and you will get notified when we go live. And so that's what I just did here to the civil rights attorney, civil rights lawyer. That's what I do. I basically do that to everybody that I follow. You want to see the people that I follow? Let's see the people that I follow. Here are my subscriptions. Let's see. We got the civil rights lawyer. We've got Asmongold, Classic Firearms, the Y-Files, Grand Thumb, Mr. Nightmare, Ryan Hall, y'all, Henry County, Indiana, City of Muncie, Mr. Bolin, Delaware County Government, whatever, Tactical Toolbox, Rob Kendall Show, Sean Ryan Show, Penguin Zero, The Random Patriot, Audit the Audit, Rick Beato. If you're not checking out Rick Beato, for any of you music lovers, Rick Beato's channel is fire. Pew View. I've actually talked to Pew View a couple times. He's really cool. Drumeo, EWU Crime Stories, EWU Body Cam, Midwest Safety, Fern, Think Before You Sleep. I think that's Think Before You Sleep. Yeah, Think Before You Sleep. Honest Outlaw, Police Insider, Mustang Armory, a lot of gun channels, and a lot of political things too. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a dive into my subscriptions. I don't even know some of these people. Heart on Fire. This guy is a religious channel, and I've recently found his channel, and I really like his content. And he's I don't know if he's a big channel or small channel. 459 subscribers. If you are someone who is into that kind of thing, you might give him a follow. I think he's some pretty good content. A Heart on Fire. So that's a little deep dive into my YouTube world. There you go. Jesus saves, as you can see. So that's that. All right. Back to the action. Let's get into it here. So let me put up your comments here. Kate's not here, so I'm doing it all by myself at the moment. D. Eisenina. Does anybody know what that means? Kate would if she was here. D. Eisenina. I wish I could say it German. Die Eisenina. To me, I always sound like evil. I don't sound German. I guess that could be one and the same. Die Eisenina. Good evening, everyone. Hope all is going well. Yes, Alva. Good evening, everyone. Glenda, thank you. Anyone know how much it cost to park in downtown Muncie? Does anybody know? Is that a question? Are you asking? Do you mean to park in downtown Muncie? When? Why are you asking that? Is there a reasoning to your question there? Good evening, Brenda. Let's see here. Karen says, hail neighbors. Thank you. Paula, good evening, everybody. Karen says, hello. Let's see here. Why show John's channel? 76. I want to meet Kid Rock. Lenny, I follow. Good evening. Happy 250th. Hey, Charlize. Hello. Jesus saves, but Scotland score the rebound. What are you talking about, Alva? Tell me what you're talking about. $1,155. Don't follow me. I'm lost. Yeah, right. Well, hey, I hear you. I can get you there. What are you talking about, Alva? Type out let me know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about at the moment. You're going to have to fill me in. So I'm just going to let everybody know right now, right up front, in case you didn't read the description of the YouTube video. Okay. Just going to be very truthful and honest with everybody. Tonight's little write-up was, it's time to wrap this week up. It's been a lazy, slow week, but an important one, with this being America's 250th birthday week. Host Kristopher H. Bilbrey closes the week out the same way it started and the same way it's been rolling, with not much going on. But it is the United States 250th birthday week, so there's that. I'm just going to be really upfront and honest. There's not a whole hell of a lot going on. And we are not going to be doing much. I am going to play the audio of the Board of Works meeting. I did get that today. So we will be playing the audio from the Board of Works meeting. As soon as I am done with this video, I will post the flyer to JD's video last night. I wanted to get a clean copy. So we will post that because both Brandon and I had made notes and doodled on our copies as to what was going on. So I'm going to post a clean copy. I will do that because I made that promise to Jackie last night. But we are going to do that. And then from there, we're just going to kind of chit chat a little bit because that's kind of how it's gone this week. It is what it is. Every now and then we're going to have a slow week. It's what happens in the summertime. This has been a holiday week, so nobody's really been at work. I've been hearing all kinds of rumors. Last night, I got someone who contacted me and told me a really crazy rumor. I was able to dispel that rumor very quickly this morning. So I'll be honest. I've been hearing some real crazy things for the last about 3 weeks. And I've got the impression almost that the administration has been putting out disinformation and they're trying to ferret out where the leaks are. Because over the course, let's just say this last month. So it's July 2nd. So basically from the very end of May, like May 29th, May 30th, till last night, the 1st of July, over the course of that month, so all of June, I heard probably no less than 5 or 6 really crazy rumors. Things that people were calling me, people that are normally really good with their information, people that I normally believe. And I mean, some of these people are people that I don't ever question. Like some of these people, they're the ones that when they call and tell me X, Y, and Z has happened, I can take it to the bank. It's basically like the gospel. That's the truth, and I can run with it. But even those people, the things that they told me throughout the last month, when I heard them, I was like, man, that seems like big. What you're telling me seems really, really big. And I'm not going to tell you what I heard last night because it's crazy. And I was able to dispel it. But I will tell you, one of them I heard, and this was back at the beginning of June, and I will go ahead and I can tell this. It was not true. We talked about it, matter of fact. That's the reason I have no problem talking about this. But I had actually heard back from a couple different people back during the beginning of June that Dustin had been let go, that the city had parted ways with Dustin Clark. And the minute that I heard it, it instantly sounded untrue for a couple of reasons. First of all, I heard it on a Saturday from someone who said that it had just happened that day. And sorry, before I was out chopping a tree limb out of a tree before we came live, and I had some tree bark on me still. I thought I got it all. That's exactly, Bocephus, that's exactly what's happening. Someone is searching their mole. Absolutely, that's true. And they've done this before. They've done this a couple times where they have essentially put out different information, and it's came from different people, and I'm pretty good at finding that out before we burn people. To my knowledge, I've never done anything to burn anybody. Nobody's ever lost a job. All of my sources have always been able to maintain the positions that they hold. So I think that's we've done a pretty good job with that. But yeah, like I said, the very first one that I heard that kicked this whole thing off was the Dustin had been cut. And the first thing that made me think that wasn't true was, first of all, Dustin is not an actual employee of the city of Muncie. He is a contract employee, which means his contract is between the mayor and Dustin. So really the only two people that could do away with that contract would be the mayor or Dustin. And I didn't see Dustin doing that, because why would he? And the mayor wasn't there. Now, I know that because the mayor is absent and Jeff Howe has all of his powers, authorities, abilities to run the city as he sees fit during his absence, I guess technically Jeff Howe could also end that partnership. But I don't see that happening. I didn't see that happening. And I certainly didn't see or think that it would happen on a Sunday. So it didn't make any sense to me. And I was able to basically put that one to bed pretty quickly. And then pretty shortly thereafter, in the middle of that next week, I heard another rumor. And I was like, dude, that just sounds too crazy. And I was like, wait a minute. And I heard it from some totally other random person. And I was like, I don't know about that. And so I dispelled it. I was able to disprove the rumor pretty quickly. And then it wasn't long. It was like the next week I heard like another crazy ass rumor. And I'm like, all right, okay. So I've just shut all of that down. And then last night I heard another one. And the one last night was big. If it would have been true, it would have been big. But, it's all bullshit. Basically, there's not enough people working at City Hall for these things to be happening. That's the first way I knew something was not up. So going back to Alva's question, Alva says, does anybody know how much it costs to park in downtown Muncie? And taking the bait, will say, no, Alva, how much does it cost to park in downtown Muncie? And the joke obviously is, Alva says $1,155. And I'm assuming that's a month. I think that's probably a month payment, because R&B Investment LLC is charging the city of Muncie that for a parking lot for the police parking. And that, for those that don't know, R&B Investment, I don't know who the R is, but the B is John Brook, attorney at large. And he is living at large, isn't he? If you look at the way he does his life and makes his money, he's making large stacks off of the taxpayers in his various roles. So that's what that is. It's crazy. Isn't Dan due back in a couple of weeks? That's a good question, Charlize. Charlize says, isn't Dan due back in a couple of weeks? your guess is as good as mine. So basically, Dan said the way that this went was that initially he said he would be out 6 to 8 weeks. So if you look at that, his first day out was Monday, June 1st. So Monday through the 1st through the 5th, the 8th through the 12th, the 15th through the 19th, the 22nd through the 26th, the 29th through the 3rd. That's where we are now. That's 5 weeks. Technically, I think he could be back anytime the 6th through the 10th or the 13th through the 17th would be his, the 6th, 7th, 8th week, 20th through the 24th could be his 6 to 8 weeks, and he would technically be back. And so that's a very good possibility. Now, the legal wrangling, the legal documents and what was done in the court basically gave Jeff Green, the president of the council, and Jeff Howe, the MRC director, who's been named the deputy mayor, who's now the acting mayor, it gave them the indefinite mark, which is kind of a weird thing because it's indefinite for 6 months. So they basically Jeff Howe can be deputy mayor, acting mayor / acting mayor, the acting mayor for 6 months without anything else happening. That went into effect on the 12th, June 12th, June 11th or 12th, somewhere around there. So if you go to July, we'll just say July 12, August 12, September 12, October 12, November 12, December 12. That gives him until December 12th, which is a Saturday. So, the 11th or the 14th, Friday the 11th or Monday the 14th, then would be the end of that 6 months. So will Dan be back in a couple of weeks? Hopefully he's good to go and everything's going well, because I will tell you, I don't like how the city runs with Dan in charge. I don't. I'm not happy with what's been happening. But I really don't like how it runs with Dan not in charge. Now, that's not saying like, oh, Dan has to be the mayor. That means Dan has to be working. And if he's not working, we need someone better than who's currently there, because Jeff Howe is a joke. People still don't know who he is. He's been the acting mayor of Muncie for some time now, and big major people don't know who he is. What that means, Charlize, is, and that's a very good question. And Lenny, we will get back to this. Alva said, I have found no contract. We will get back to that, Alva. But while we're on this topic here real quick, does that mean Dan can return and keep the deputy mayor in place indefinitely? Let's break this down. The indefinite thing only relates to the acting mayor designation. And when it says indefinitely, that's kind of a misnomer, because it's indefinite for a period that cannot be greater than 6 months. So it's an indefinite over the course of 6 months. it's an indefinite period, that which to me is not the definition of indefinite. Indefinite to me means indefinitely. But it's basically, it means Jeff Howe can remain the acting executive, the acting mayor, without any further documentation or any further action being taken. For any amount of time shy of the start of the 7th month. So he has 6 months where he can run around and be the acting mayor. Now, at whatever time Mayor Ridenour files paperwork with the court and Ridenour says, okay, I'm back. I have been released by my doctors. I am eligible to go back to work, and I am capable of taking over the duties of the city of Muncie. Whenever Ridenour files that documentation, he will file it, and then the court has to hear it within 48 hours. So he can file it, and the court could hear it right then, or he could file it, and the court could give him 48 hours. So the most that they could have after Ridenour filed that would be 48 hours. And then at that point, the court would have a hearing, and they would call the parties to, and Dan would say, hey, I'm able to take back my role. And it's not like it's not like the Jeffs would be like, oh no, we got to fight him. He can't take it back. They would fall in line and say, yes, he's capable. And what that would do is that would then end Jeff Howe as acting mayor. At that point, he would no longer be the acting mayor of Muncie. At that point, he would then just be the deputy mayor / the MRC director. Right now, he's the MRC director, the deputy mayor, and the acting mayor. He's the MRC director. He was appointed the deputy mayor, and due to his appointment as deputy mayor, as a result of being deputy mayor, he is named and can be the acting mayor. When the acting mayor thing ends, he will go back to being just the deputy mayor and the MRC director. And that's going to be interesting. When Dan comes back, will Dan remove him from being deputy mayor? Will he go back simply to just being the MRC director? That's a very good possibility. Will he keep him in the role of deputy mayor? It's weird because the city can't fund the deputy mayor spot. It's not been given money. It's $0. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, because Dan said, well, maybe, we don't know if he'll remain in that role or not. We don't know. We do know that them saying that he's taking the role of deputy mayor and not being compensated is a flat out lie. Woo! Kate's here. Kate's back, ladies and gentlemen. Kate has entered the chat. It's always good. Always good time. Well, the edit funds are getting ready to get real wonky, so they're going to start having less edit funds to play around with, and I don't know how they're going to do that. He could fund him out of edit, but he would still have to be a contract employee. That will be a real weird thing. We'll have to see what happens. Or they could just continue saying, we're going to pay him the way that he's been getting paid as deputy mayor. And that could be, I don't know. But I don't know if that's the problem with them not giving us any kind of update about Mayor Ridenour. I understand that this is a very deeply private and personal battle that Ridenour is dealing with. I don't need to know anything about his personal situation. I just need to know how it relates to his duty with the city. And it would be nice to know if the prognosis is good. It would be nice to know if the surgery was a success. Is he recovering well? When does he plan to return? Those type of things would be good to know. And to not relay those information to the public, I feel it's a serious... It causes a serious mistrust of what's going on, because look, I feel bad even saying this, but we shouldn't. It makes me feel like things aren't going as planned. And I'll be honest, as a believer, as a person of faith, I hate feeling that way. I wish they would come out and tell us that simply so I slept better. I want him to do well. I don't want him to be sick. I don't wish any ill will towards him or anyone else. I wish they would let us know just so I could feel better about it. It is what it is, I guess. We'll find out soon enough. We don't need to know that. Yeah, like Kate said, instead, we're assholes for asking questions, per the comms director. Transparency would be explaining the plan for the city, not delving into his health. Yeah, we don't need to know if they don't want to tell us, but, listen, if things didn't go as planned and there's bigger issues, I kind of think that stuff should be known. It sucks. If he wasn't the mayor of Muncie, we would have no reason to know. But because he's the mayor of Muncie, to me, it matters. Okay, so since Kate is here, I didn't know that Kate was going to get back so soon. That's great. I'm going to jump forward, and we're going to listen to the recording of this week's Board of Works recording. So we will be listening to that. I want to see real quick. If there's a need to extend it beyond the original 6 to 8 weeks, citizens should know. And I think that's very true. I do think that's true. So if we look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So essentially, week 8 will be the week of Sunday the 19th through Saturday the 25th. So I guess, he's got that where there'll still be, if Dan comes back any time between now and Friday the 24th, then he's good, in good standing. If he's still not back on the 24th and we don't have any information, that will be a problem. It's not different than when the president is sick. Constituents need to know what's happening with leaders. Absolutely. That's just the way that it is. Absolutely. Yes. Let me see. We started that. As soon as we listen to this Board of Works, I will then dive into what Alva is talking about. So let me get this shared here so we can listen to this Board of Works. And I tell you what, before we do that, we're going to take a little break. You guys sit tight. We'll be right back, and we'll listen to this Board of Works tape and go from there. You guys sit tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we are going to listen to... Now, where did Kate go? Kate just disappeared. That was crazy. She was here, then she was gone. We'll have to see what the hell's going on. I don't know. I was like, wait a minute. It looks like Kate's gone. All right. We are going to listen to this tape. I think it's like 7 minutes. So let's hear what we can hear.
We apologize about this. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the July 1st. How about that? July 1st meeting of the Muncie Board of Public Works and Safety. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Excuse me. Roll call, please.
Ted Baker,
Present.
Lola Maurer, Alan Wisely.
Present. We've been given the minutes from the June 24th meeting. And do have a motion to approve that one.
I move approval of the June 24th minutes as presented.
And I would second it. Any comments or questions? Okay, anybody? Okay, nope. Having done, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Thank you. We've been given the register of claims by City Controller Craig Wright. Mr. Wright, good morning.
Morning. I sent out the claims yesterday afternoon. Really didn't have any comments that I posted on the claims sent out until page 16, because they were mostly utilities, and we did have healthcare this week. But we had police charges for their monthly fuel card and healthcare, and that's pretty much it. So I'll just open it up to any questions you might have.
Okay, Alan, do you have any questions?
No, but I was glad to see on here that we've got a claim for getting ready to pave McGallagher from MLK Jr. to the bypass.
Yeah, they had American Structure Point. They were did have a claim for that. It's for I'll tell you exactly what it's for. Page 16. I made notes on it. That's for road design and pavement analysis, environmental science, and utility services.
Okay. We're getting there.
I have no other comments or questions. I have a motion to approve it.
I move to approve the claims for $127,694.25.
And I can second it. Do you have any public comment or questions? Okay. Having done, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? Okay, motion carried. Thank you. I appreciate what you do.
$127,000. $127,694.25. Not a crazy week, but a good chunk of money all the same.
We have some new business. First, we have a street closure application for the Soup Kitchen of Muncie. Good morning.
Good morning.
And your name and who you're with and what are your asking?
My name is Dottie Crooks. I am with the Soup Kitchen of Muncie, and we are requesting a road closure for our 7th annual Summerfest.
Okay. And you've submitted it and gotten all of the approvals and everything like that. Okay. Alan, do we have a motion to approve this?
Yes, I move approval of the street closure application.
What happened? What happened? Give me a second here.
Oh, you're on camera. You've submitted it and gotten all of the
annual race and fundraising. This year it's been included.
Yes, I move approval of the street closure application from Soup Kitchen of Muncie.
Okay, and I would second it.
Hey, see you, Karen. Have a good night.
This is always good. This is a really good thing. We appreciate all that you do for our community. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion carried. We'll have some documents for you just after. Okay. Thank you very much. We have a street closure application for Open Door Health Services for the 3rd annual 5K Decades Dash. How about that? Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Kimberly, as in the Executive Assistant with Open Door Health Services. And we are asking for street closures for our third annual race and fundraising. This year it's been included to have community events, trunk or treat for the children, as well as a small dash for the children as well.
Okay.
31st.
It's a good time to do trunk or treat, right?
It is. It's a good time to do that.
I move approval of the street closure.
I would second it.
I will just note for the record, I am on board at Open Door Health Services.
Let me pause this really quickly to bring this up to a couple people. Number one, hello, Space Cat. Oh, where are you at? I can hear you. Hold on, what's happening? I muted you. I was like, what is that? Hello, Space Cat. And Brenda, no, you did not miss the... Wait a minute. Not J.D. Vance. You mean J.D. Prescott. Where, is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about J.D. Prescott? I think that's what you'd be talking about. And you did not miss that. That was basically, if you want to hear about the meeting, go back and listen to last night's episode and you can hear about the meeting. We're going to break down the program at the beginning of the week, either maybe Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, sometime around in there. So you didn't miss our big analysis of it. And if you want to hear about the meeting at all, you'll have to go back and listen to last night's episode 693. So you didn't miss anything. All right, back to this.
Yes, this is our third one.
Yeah, we love it when people do things for our community like that.
We're hoping to increase it next year after the Cardinal Greenways completes the backside of the Greenway back with an event dedicated in as well.
Okay. Do we have a motion and seconded? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All aye. Myself. Any opposed? No. Okay. Motion carried. Thank you very much, and we'll have that document for you shortly. We have a motion about the Ironman 70.3 monthly, 27 through 29.
Yes, this is just an extension of the agreement we have with contract with Ironman, and it's running through 2029. There's a couple notes on it. Muncie is the longest running Ironman event in North America. It's great for the community and businesses. I mean, on average, it brings about $4 million of revenue into the city. Great.
I like this little time, the longest running.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just a contract to continue what we're already doing.
Yes, through 2029.
Yes. Do we have a motion to approve?
Yes, I move approval of the host venue agreement with Ironman.
And I would second it. Any public comment or questions? Talk about cool. I mean, this puts Muncie on the map again, doesn't it?
It does, yes. And since Jeff was up here, he is competing for the city this year.
Okay.
The Ironman, so.
You gonna do the whole thing?
Hoping to survive. I'm just doing this part.
Okay. Okay, so all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Motion carried. Great job. And then we have one more order of business, a professional services contract addendum. Craig?
Yes, it's just a addendum as far as continuing the service contract with Jeff Howe for the economic development through the end of Dan's term. And then we have an addendum for him to oversee and TUI pool up to September. Okay. That's what the addendums are.
Sure.
Wait a minute.
Yes, I move approval of the personal services contract addendum.
And I would second it. Any comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. And
there were two. I don't know if we need to approve both or not.
we put them all into one. Okay. And I just want to make a public comment for the wonderful work that interim whatever we're going to call Jeff out, just the great work he's doing. We appreciate your service to our community and this this difficult time. So you've done a great job. I appreciate it. I know the community appreciates it. So thank you.
Wow.
Okay, thank you. Any other business that we need to take care of? Having none, motion or meeting adjourned.
So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that right there is the reason the meeting was not live streamed. It does not fail. It never fails. It never fails. If the city of Muncie has a controversial, a big fiscal situation, an uncomfortable situation, a thing that might be questionable, if ever there's something like that in a city council meeting, a parks board meeting, an MRC meeting, an unsafe housing development board meeting, the Board of Works, yeah. If it's something that we'll cover here, the meeting will not be live streamed. They'll run into some kind of technical error. They'll run into some kind of problem because they know that even if or when people bitch and they demand the recording or they demand the audio, they demand something, even if or when they put it out somewhere, less people will hear it. Or something will happen.
And this comes up because boys, shush.
Oh, you're fine. They're in their house. They can be crazy.
They're unloading groceries. That's their job.
God. That's all right.
So they, when he took over,
yep,
and we looked at, and you asked for the contracts, and we asked on this program, when did they go before the Board of Works? And none of them had. And now they're bringing it before the Board of Works a month after the fact, a month after they started paying him all this extra money and approving a contract. I think he owes the city $2,000.
Really, it's longer than that because that third agreement they did with him. Let me go back to it. Amber Green. I don't have many emails from Amber anymore. Okay, there's the Tui Pool thing. Amber Green. Okay, I'm going back here to get this. I had not heard this, so I listened to that new right there with you guys for the very first time. So, yeah, it's actually, they signed this. Right here it is. They signed it on the 21st of May. This was signed on the 21st of May. 21st day of May. So let's look and see how many Wednesdays there have been since the 21st of May. Okay, well, the 20th of May was a Wednesday. So they signed this. Oh, look, they signed it on the third Thursday of the month. That's when he came there to do his work. So they didn't take this on Monday the 27th. They didn't take it on Wednesday the 3rd. They didn't take it on Wednesday the 10th, Wednesday the 17th, Wednesday the 24th, and they finally took it on Wednesday the 1st. So 5 weeks they had this. Lenny. Do it, Alla. Do it. I'll wait. What is all that light coming off that screen? It looks like I could light. I'm staying in front of a fire. Ooh. God, back that light down. Oh, I forgot what it is. I forgot. There, Alva's taking too long a time. And Kate got it. All right. So, I'll tell you, man, this makes me mad. Because I sent an email to the council. I sent an email to the mayor, meaning Dan. I sent it to Jeff. I sent it to Amber. But this is what I don't understand. All they did was vote on the addendum. They still have never approved his first contract or his second contract. So what is this addendum to? I have got to go. I was going to go to the Board of Works Wednesday, but my grandparents needed something. My grandmother's phone had messed up, and I went there, and I went there instead. I was doing the dutiful grandson thing. Next Wednesday, I have got to go to the Board of Works. And I have got to ask them about this because they never voted on or approved the first or the second contract. And this goes to show you that they are scared. This is a problem to me. The fact that they feel that they can do things after the fact, they can go back and post-date and predate and do all of this. None of this stuff matters. The rules do not matter. They can run around, they can go around, they can do this. They don't have to play by the rules. And the public should have a serious problem with this. I don't get it. That makes me irate. I should have listened to this earlier. When did they send that to me? They just sent that to me at 4 o'clock today. I got it at 4 o'clock today. That's crazy. I got the magic.
I think because we use proper capitalization, it wouldn't let us because we were talking mean about an actual person, whereas Stumblefoot used improper capitalization, so it didn't realize it was talking about a person. I don't know.
Lenny. Scottish YouTube doesn't care. Man, that makes me mad. Are there any other contracts that we're currently saying that they are They're
Not
behind
approved?
on what?
Dustin. They ever approved Dustin's?
I think they did.
I think they did one. I don't think they've done.
Yeah, but Dustin's isn't year to year. They did when they did Dustin's, they set it up
like a blanket one.
They set it up, yeah. They
In
did like
perpetuity
yeah.
through the end of the term.
They did it through like the end of like before Dan was even elected to a second term. There is no contract. Okay, that's a good time to go back and hit this. That's exactly right. That brings me to this. Alva asked, how much does it cost to park in downtown Muncie? We said, how much does it cost? He said, $1,115 a month. And that's what the police pay to park in John Brooks' parking lot. And the contract is with R&B, whatever bullshit industries or whatever, LLC, whatever it is. And Alva said, I have found no contract. Kate found no contract. So there's another situation. And that's the deal. You have hit the nail on the head. So they are not contract. I looked this up because you kept saying this. Amber and Matt Wagley are not contract employees. They are city employees that Dan just funds through the edit. Remember, we asked the State Board of Accounts about this because we didn't think that he could do that. But they said as long as there's money there, even though the money's been funded there, as long as he paid it, that was legal. And so they're not contract employees the way that Dustin and Jeff are. That's so frustrating, man. Absolutely frustrating. I cannot believe it. We should have a problem with this. Listen, what this means is they've been doing this wrong, doing this illegal all of this time. To me, I mean, it means he's been doing things that he didn't have the approval for. Dan doesn't need approval. He does stuff without it all the time under the veil of edit. That's very much the problem. Absolutely. Someone sent me a picture that Tui Pool is still looking for lifeguards more than halfway through the season, which is absolutely unreal. Hey, real quick, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take another break here, and then we'll come back and I will finish up on a couple things. You guys sit tight. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hell, Red Key doesn't even bring shit to board meetings. They call each other behind the scenes and make a bunch of deals behind the scenes. It's already done. Doesn't even know about it. That's ridiculous. I'm in the process. I have sent a big record request to Red Key, and their attorney said that they have it and they are working on it. They said that it would take some time because it was so voluminous. You know, there's a whole bunch of it. There's a whole bunch of it. And voluminous, something like that. There's a bunch of it. And normally I don't send record requests like that, but I figured I would just see if they would take it. Generally, what I've always been told by good public access counselors in the past is you want to keep your each record request, you want to keep to less than 4 to 5 points. And you can send as many as you want, but each one should be 4 or 5 points. The one I sent to Red Key was like 16 different pieces of information. But they took it, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's that. Coming up, I will be going back. I want to wait to say this till Kate gets back. Kate, Kate stepped away for a second. I want to say this when Kate gets back. So I'll skip on to Henry County really quickly. I'm hearing that there might be some movement in the case in Henry County on the 2 deputies that have been suspected of ghost employment. So hopefully we'll be hearing some stuff about that really soon. I'll keep you guys posted. Kate is back, so I also want to say I'm hearing that Winchester is buying back the VOA building for a chunk of money. I'm going to wait until they do that, and that's all done. When they do, I am going to go to the Winchester City Council meeting to stand up and say, I told you so. I'm just going to stand up and say it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh and joke and point and call those people idiots and say, I was right. I was right. I was so right. Sean Byram was an idiot. The counselors that sat here were all idiots. I'm going to name them all by name, and I'm going to look at Meeks Cockrell. I'm going to say, you're an idiot, and I'm going to do a big show on it because the city of Winchester got screwed on that deal all the way around, and they're still getting screwed on it. So I was right. I'm sure Bob will be happy to see me. The last couple times I've been there, Bob and I were okay. Now, I'll even bet Bob will agree with me. I don't think Bob is a fan of Sean. And while Bob was a fan of the project at the time as a county councilor, I think he's come to realize that it was a cluster. And Bob and I have kind of had a good relationship the last couple times we've interacted. We've kind of been on the same side of things, which is, I don't know, kind of wild. You know what I mean? Kind of wild. In an upcoming meeting, it appears Jason Allen will be asking for money again. Good Lord. Is he still a city councilor? How frequently does that dude go and ask for money?
Well, he got money for the Champion Drains. You think they helped him buy a truck or something?
Jesus.
But I don't know what's going on with Champion Drains because this one's for the same address as Champion Drains, but the 4J's Properties company instead. Yeah.
That's nuts. Brenda says, so if you suspect an employee is an illegal alien, like that happened with Sheriff Ray Newton and his son-in-law, how does the public go about finding out when the clerk is not helpful? Well, I had heard that, and that's one of my that's part of my request that I sent. So hopefully they will fill my record request properly. If they don't fill the request as they should, if they don't fill it properly, if they don't complete what I've requested and send me what I've requested, which would be publicly releasable information, then I will file a complaint against them, and we will sue them if we have to. But we will get it. We will get it. Listen, government is a hurry up and wait. Everything takes a long time. It's nothing gets it right now, and it's the person who has the patience to wait. That's the thing. I am the least patient person in the world. I have no patience for things. But when it comes to politics, I have learned to have the absolute best patience in the world because it is what it is. You gotta have to wait, and it doesn't matter. So you might as well just say, okay, I'll get it. I get it. And listen, that's works in our favor and against them. If they would just hurry up and fill the request and get it to us, we could then talk about it, and it might be bad for them. But then once it's talked about, once we've covered it, it's basically over. But as long as they keep putting it off, we get to drag it out this whole time. So it gives us content, and it's bad for them. So they do things that runs against what would be better for them. It's always goes counterintuitive to what would be the best thing for them to do, which would be to hurry up, get all the records ready, and hand them over. But instead, they like to drag it out, which actually is better for us. So it is what it is. Again, I want to remind everybody that it's just kind of been a slow week. It is what it is. It's a holiday week. No one's been working at government. No one's working in Muncie forever because, Dan's gone. So that is what it is. But I can't wait. The next couple of weeks are going to be crazy busy. I think maybe that's the reason why God allowed us to have this kind of off week, because next week's going to be crazy. Monday's going to be fire. Now Wednesday's going to be nuts. Thursday's going to be crazy. So we have a lot of things going on. It's going to be nuts over the next couple of weeks. Sunday night, we will look at what we got to do going into Monday's council meeting. So that's kind of what that'll be. We will be back here Sunday night. But I just wanted to leave you guys kind of with this thought on this big birthday celebration weekend. I wish I was in Washington, D.C. That would be awesome. People think the founding fathers sat around the table and agreed on everything and was very passionate, but they were polite and well respectful, and it was nothing like politics of today. In reality, these people argued for months and months and months on end in locked rooms with no air conditioning. There are stories of them beating each other nearly half to death. A lot of the early founding fathers were drunkards, wife beaters. They ran themselves out of money. They couldn't afford a chaplain. They edited each other's work like bad group projects of differing alpha males, where one person wanted to be right, the other person wanted to be right, and they wanted to do this, they wanted to do that. But somehow they still produced the Constitution of the United States of America, the greatest political document ever. If that's not the greatest political miracle in American history, I don't know what is. Star that comment, and I'll come back to it if you can hit a star on that. I just think that's amazing. And I always think it's funny anytime when people say, oh, politics has got so dirty. It's so off course from what it used to be. There are things that I wish could be different, and there are things that I think should be different. But to me, I look at it as my days on the police department. There are times and places when being polite and courteous and speaking quiet and in a reserved tone works, and that's how you should behave. But there are times when you have to say, I'm sick of this shit. Sit the F down, and I'm going to handle this shit. There's some people that's the only thing that they understand. And unfortunately, some of these people are in politics now. Used to be it was the criminals. Now the criminals are politicians. Early American politicians used to have gun duels. They were called the dregs of society for a very valid reason. Kate. I don't know. For everything that's wrong, for everything that's crazy, for all the bad, I am definitely proud to be an American. 1000%. I love the 4th of July. I love July. My birthday's in July, and I just think that's so fitting. I always loved that the 4th of July was the beginning of the month, and my birthday closed the month out. I always thought that was like poetic. I always thought that was really cool. I've loved it. I've always loved it. I'm hearing people talking about they don't know if we should celebrate America's 250th birthday, and people are saying that, they just don't know what there is to celebrate, and those people are mentally retarded. And yes, I said they are mentally retarded. Not because I'm being mean and using the R word, but I mean they have some kind of mental retardation. They are not normal in the head. Someone who feels like this is not the best damn country on the face of the planet. That is a mental retardation. And I feel sorry for those people. I hope they get help. I hope there's medicine they can take. I hope there's therapy they can seek. Now, I will fight to the death their right to say they don't think America's great. That's what makes America great. But I'm happy. I love the 4th of July. I think it's amazing. I have so many different copies of the Constitution lying around. I did something stupid. I did something really stupid here recently. And I'm going to show you guys. This goes with what we're talking about, with what I'm talking about. You guys aren't talking. I'm talking. You're listening. I want to show you guys something here. Let me see if I've got this. Where's this at? I know I've got this. I don't know where this is. Anyways, I have recently purchased. I'm so excited to get this. I'm so excited to get this. Let me see if I can find this here. Let me see if I can. Yeah, right here. Okay. Here it is. Look at this. Look what I got. I'm so excited to get this. And I'm going to hang this up. Man, I got to make this thing bigger. I don't know how to make this place any bigger in here. I need to make this place bigger. Because I need to hang my badge box back here somewhere. I need to hang that old police box back there somewhere. And then I also need to hang this. Look at this that I purchased. Now, I did not get this middle one. I did not get the middle one because I didn't really care about America the Beautiful as a song, whatever. I mean, great song. I didn't care. But I did buy this Declaration of Independence flag wall art, and I got this United States Constitution. And I will hang these up in here. I cannot wait. They're big too. They're like really big. I mean, I know it doesn't look big here, but looking at it, it's big. So I can't wait. Those should be here. The digital version is cheaper. Yeah, but I like hanging shit on the walls and I like backdrops and shit like that. So you know how that is. I just love it, man. I love it. Love everything about the country. I think it's amazing. All the good, the bad, the ups and the downs, everything about what we're currently fighting. It's amazing. The 4th of July is when we celebrate political violence against tyrant politicians and their armed thugs. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, our armed thugs are bigger than yours. That's what I always like to say. That's amazing. So I'm excited. I hope everybody goes out and has a great 4th of July. I want to answer, yes, this is great, Brenda. I love it. I'm proud as heck to be an American. I love it. I love it. To answer Brenda's question, did you read the lawsuit on the fire department and how it occurred and who are the statements out against them? I know what you're talking about. I have that. Somebody sent this to me. Another person sent this to me. I have not totally looked at it yet, but I am going to. I'm going to get involved in all of this. I've got a couple of other people that's telling me things about Henry or about Jay County in Portland and things about Jay County around Red Key and around. So I am going to get a little bit further involved with that. I'm also going to be getting involved with I know I keep saying this with Wayne County, but I'm getting more and more people asking me. So I am going to do that here real soon. Even if you don't think that America isn't the great country, you should still celebrate it for being your country. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking for a 3D version of the Constitution. What the hell's a 3D version of the Constitution? Yeah, right. I have a 3D version of the Constitution right here. There's my 3D version of the Constitution. I can actually I can send you little pieces of it, piece by piece, if I want to. I promise you, these words will jump out at you. Jump, 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 jump. I love it. Did we get shut off? I always look. Nicolas Cage loved his country so much that he stole the Declaration of Independence. That's amazing. What the hell is that? Give me a second. I don't know what that is. That's crazy. Okay, well, I don't know where that came from, but whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. I know it's been kind of a slow week. It is what it is, but next week's going to be crazy busy. So every now and then we need weeks like this because other than that, I wouldn't be able to breathe. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. If you work tomorrow, have a good day. If you're off tomorrow, have a great day. I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. It's the 4th of July. Have the very best, safest 4th of July that you can have. Remember, God gave us 10 of these. So you probably should try not to blow more than 1 or 2 off. So be very careful with your pyrotechnicking, you know. And I don't know what time, and it won't be a big production, but we might jump on Saturday from someplace just to say hello or whatever. So I'll keep you guys posted. That'll be Saturday, and then we'll be back for a regular show on Sunday. And next week, things will be a little bit more straight and normal as we get into some busy work. All right, you guys take care. Have a good night. God bless each. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be around. I'll be around there with them somewhere. So yeah, we'll have them on live. You guys have a good evening, and we'll see you Saturday night at some point. We'll see you Sunday, and happy 4th of July. Take care. God bless. Good night.